What's going on, family? Your local rooted admin here, and welcome back to Star Citizen. I'm rolling once again with my shield brother Dublin. Want to say hi?
Hey, everybody!
And, well, it's Anvil Day here at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, and I'm taking over Dublin's channel. So, you get to deal with me today. As soon as I figure out the controls.
So, family, Anvil is Root's favorite manufacturer, so he's gonna take top billing today. Alright, man, show us around.
Alright. So, yeah, Anvil probably is one of my favorite ships, or manufacturers. I think I own more Anvil than anything else, other than maybe Aegis, but that's just because I have a lot of extra duplicate ships and everything. So, we've got, we'll start with the Turtle, just because I don't have one, and there's not a lot of use for this ship.
Not at all.
I do know a lot of people like it because it is supposed to be fairly armored when armor comes in the game, but it's a data runner ship and there's no data running. I mean, it's like, kind of, what's the point?
Also, it's only got like 2 size 2s or something like that.
I care so little about it, I don't know the stats on it.
Well, it's $220 for like 2 size 2 guns up front, and it's all she's got is the data running. That's it.
Yep. So it's we haven't even really played with it.
Nope.
I mean, it's
no reason to.
Yeah.
The best you can do right now is box missions for it, and that's an expensive box. It's like delivering pizzas in a semi truck. You just don't do it.
Yeah. It's just it's not worth it. Alright, and then we'll cut to the other side just because I know a good chunk of the meat's going to be right there in the middle. This looks like the Gladiator. Oh no, it's the Hawk.
The Hawk.
Yep. So the Hawk is one of Anvil's little light fighters, but it's also a bounty hunter ship because there is a cell here in the back, and it's one of the few cells that actually work.
Yeah, you can lock people in.
Yep.
You can lock yourself in. You used to use it as a log-off bed back in the day when it first came out. Can we open this thing?
There's an open somewhere on it. I think the Reynolds getting in the way.
Yeah. I actually pledged for this back when it first launched. It's only $100. Little light fighter with an EMP. Sadly, they nerfed the EMP to shit. And the problem with EMPs is that you cannot change your weapon group when you have an EMP. Root knows all about this. He used to be a daily driver of the
Sentinel.
The Sentinel, that's the word. Is this standing on one leg for you?
Yeah, it is. Which is probably why I can't hit that button.
Yeah. Alright, CIG.
Yeah. It's not an intergalactic aerospace expo if there's not a bug.
So yeah, this was touted as like one of the first bounty hunter, like solid bounty hunter ships. It's supposed to be small enough to get down into planets. Like it shows pictures of it landing in cities and shit. You got your little viewing pod right here, so you can follow the person running from you. Like they worked it up, and much like CIG stuff, it's just not that. What it is a little light fighter that if you lose wings, you lose guns. It's what it is. I like the design. I love that it's a Hawk. If I could name it, I'd name it Munin. But yeah, it's not a great ship.
No.
And the EMP's been nuked out of existence. So
yeah,
moving on.
Yeah, the EMPs used to be really good, but yeah, they've changed the size types and the amount of damage, and it's just not great. We'll go on to the Pisces C8X, which is the exploration of the Pisces. You get one of these when you get a Carrack, which is conveniently how I have mine.
Or $45.
Or $45, I think, gets you the base model, the C8. I can't remember if it gets you the C8X.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. Well, the loadout is different. The C8 comes with 2 size 1 guns. The C8X comes with 4 size 1 guns.
Which would make it
because there's
on
2
par
on
with Well,
with
I'll
the
part with
Aurora.
the Aurora and the Mustang.
Yeah. They're nice little box. It's a nice little box boat to do box missions or small cargo, because you've got these two little kind of dedicated cargo areas that, if I remember right, boxes will snap into.
Yes, they will.
You've got your pilot and two jump seats, which are nice, so you can safely transport 3 people through quantum. For those of you who don't know, if you are standing or not seated or not laying down when someone jumps to cargo, the ship jumps and you do not.
Yeah, that is a fun thing to happen. You fall off the ship. It said happening less in later patches, but it still happens. So
it still happens.
Be on the lookout.
If you're on larger ships with elevators or ladders, which we'll see in the Carrack, those still are kind of guaranteed to leave you behind. The ship. Yeah. Next, we've got the C8R Pisces, which is pretty much our daily bounty hunter runner.
Yes, sir.
It's not a great ship for anything other than bunkers. It's got 2 size 1 guns. It's got 2 size 1 missiles. It's got I think 1 size 1 shield.
Yep.
You're not winning any fight with this, but it has a tier 3 med bed in it, which is kind of our bread and butter for bunkers. We get dinged up, we come back here, we patch, we suck on the IV drip all day long, so we're not having to do food and water. They are nice enough to include a couple little items here in the refrigerator. You get some water, some candy bars, some glow sticks, and a couple med pens. You've got a little tiny bit of room over here on the side next to the refrigerator that you can shove a couple boxes if you want to do a box mission or two. And you've got a bed for your bunker mate, or the chair for your bunker mate, which, depending on the patch, may or may not work.
But one of the best things about it, other than the bed, is this little shared cargo right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
You click this, and you can share inventory and guns, and some armor. Sometimes it's not big enough. But anything with external cargo is awesome for co-op play.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't... Go ahead.
Oh, I would say, if you want, there is a personal storage on the other side, or you can just, like every other ship, just hit I and hit your personal storage.
Yeah. We cannot tout enough about this ship. This is a wonderful little bird.
Yeah. It comes, I believe, with an expedition, which is fast enough to jump wherever you need to go. The fuel tank isn't the largest, but like I said, it's been our daily driver for bunkers.
And for $65, it is a damn good price.
Yeah. It's priced really well for what it does. It would be nice if it had a bigger bed, but we understand it's a simple ambulance. It's not there for high-end medical treatment. Alright. Now we move on to what is basically the PvP meta ship, the Anvil Arrow. This is the epitome of light fighter. It is tiny, it is maneuverable, you can pack a lot of decent firepower on it. If I remember right, it outmaneuvers pretty much everything.
Yeah,
pretty much everything.
Yep. It is the meta for the reason.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't PvP. We don't really even dogfight that much anymore, especially not in small ships. But it's held its ground really well.
For $75, if you want a dedicated fighter, it is like the cheapest pure fighter, I think, on the market. The closest one would be the next is the Gladius, which is $90.
Yeah.
And
even then, this will do circles around the Gladius.
I basically use mine. We've got one for free for something or another, but I use it as a shuttle.
Yeah. Alright, now this one's the Gladiator.
Yeah, this is the Gladiator.
Yeah.
$165 here.
Yep. It's a ship that doesn't quite have a good purpose. Is the best way I always see it. I have one just because I like it, not because I use it. It has, I want to say, size 5 torps on it.
Yep, she's supposed to be a bomber.
Yeah.
A 2-seater bomber.
But
the pilot only has like 2 size 3s. I think, yeah, 2 size 3s, and then there's 2 size 3s for the gunner. But other than that, there are better ships to do what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the reason why we don't really use it. There's better options for the size, and especially for the price point.
After the Scorpius came out and even the Hurricane, this thing for a 2-seater fighter, just not really there. Well, it's a 2-seater bomber, but still, not really there.
All right, and then on to the big ship. So the Carrack, I own one for one reason and one reason only. It has a tier 1 medbed in it. Up until CIG made the medbed changes with the Cutting Red, that was our daily driver because it had a tier 1 bed. You could respawn in it. When they made that change, I got a Carrack just for a tier 1 medbed. You get a couple extra perks with it. You get a Pisces C8X. You get an Ursa Rover, which does fit in this little vehicle bay. I would suggest putting up this little ramp here if you want to make sure you can get in the door and you don't actually drive into the door. And there's a couple little nasty glitches where you phase through the door and the Ursa's stuck and so are you, because the ramp's the only way out of the ship. Which is one of our biggest gripes, is that with the ramp being the only way out, that ramp takes forever to extend. It's slow getting on and off this ship.
Yeah, very much.
It does. Yeah, it does have a lot of cargo. There's
if you're a cargo runner.
If you're a cargo runner, there's these 5 what will eventually be modular bays, which would be nice because then you can change out the cargo hull for something else if you want to add more med beds, make this more of a hospital ship. Looks like it's only 3 or 4 then. And then it's nice that it has a large armory back here.
Yeah, we used to jam-pack this stuff after every bunker, and then we'd lose it all when we crashed the ship.
Yep.
Or
I do know
upside down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This ship, if it gets inverted in atmo, it's pretty much lost. It's hard to recover from an inversion in atmo. I do know there's a couple orgs that use the Carrack as a kind of storefront. So they'll fill the armory and and let you kind of buy what you want. There are no pilot controlled guns or missiles on this ship, so you're reliant on gunners for defense. There's, I think, 4 or 5 turrets around.
Yeah, I think you got 3 tops and 2 bottoms.
Yeah, so we've never had enough people to fill the turrets.
Nope, do not have enough friends that play.
Yeah. And it's hard. Oh, okay, well, we're not using that elevator. So there is an elevator here in the back of the armory that goes up to some of the higher floors, but it looks like it's broken right now, so I don't know. Well, no, I'm not even going to try that. I'm going to get stuck and die, and we're going to start the video over again. So there's 3 decks. The Carrack does have a hangar. It's meant for the Pisces, but we have fit all the way up to $1.
Yeah,
pretty much in it.
Yeah, if it's small, we've tried to cram it in here.
Yep. The habitation deck has kind of the one biggest selling point of the ship, which is the medbed. They've kind of made this be like a whole little hospital with a medical airlock. These beds are worthless except for, I don't even think, yeah, you can sit and lay down on them if you want. But the biggest selling point is the medbed right here. You can, just like any other facility, you can set your spawn point here and respawn on the ship. It will heal pretty much any injury you come across. So
this medbed here cost them $600.
I didn't quite pay that much, but yeah, close enough.
But yeah, $600 for the Carrack. If you like what you see, have fun with it. I am not a big ship guy, and the moment that we have this bed on a smaller ship, we'll be cashing it in.
Yep. Like I said, I only have this ship because of that bed. And as soon as I can get that bed in a smaller ship, I'm looking at UCIG. I'm waiting for the damn Apollo. Hurry up and get it out.
This is where the elevator comes up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it actually... No, it's not going to come up.
No. we could use the smaller elevator.
Yeah, well, we can't get up to the exploration deck with it.
Can't we though?
You can with the ladder, I think.
Oh, right here. So you got your hab, your pool table, and then this is supposed to be quarters. Captain's quarters. Bam. Captain's quarters is really decked out.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, right next to the, right here. There's another lift.
Yeah, but I don't think you can get up to the cartography deck. I think you can only get to that from either the ladder or the rear elevator.
And these are supposed to be escape pods.
Which, in true CIG fashion, don't work.
Nope. And then these have the...
drone bays.
The drone bays, yeah.
Which of course, don't work.
Yeah. True CIG fashion.
Yeah, it's set up for a lot of gameplay that's not in the game yet. I'm hoping some of it comes in once the Squadron 42 changes get merged with the core game, or with Star Citizen, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, then back here we have the hangar, which you drop your Pisces or any small ship. That fits. The Arrow might fit now because it can land with the wings out.
Oh, can it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the only reason that it didn't... Yep, no elevator. The only reason the Arrow would fit before is because the winglets would collide with the hangar
closing
door.
Roof, yeah.
Yeah, but there is a floor above. If the hangar door is closed, you can land on it, and there's 2 airlock doors there that lead up to the cartography deck, which eventually will allow you to do some of the exploration gameplay and mapping of other areas. I think these ladders will get us up there. Nope, ladder stops here. The only way to get up there is that rear elevator, which is broke right now. But yeah, it's going to add, or supposedly add some gameplay for exploration, adding beacons, or selling kind of waypoints for other players to be able to go places. And when it's implemented, eventually it does have a docking collar. The ability to dock with other ships or with stations. But for the most part, right now, the only reason to own one is that Tier 1 medbed.
And the size 3 shields. Or 4?
And the size 3s. No, size 3s.
Size 3 shields.
The only thing right now it's a size 4 shield is the 890 jump.
And then we have our first 2-man gunship. This is the Hurricane.
Yep. The Hurricane is nice. It packs a lot of firepower into a somewhat nimble ship. They did kind of nerf its roll and pitch rates a while ago. It's annoying. Like most other ships, only one person can get in or out at a time, but it's got a kind of a neat little mechanism for getting in. The seats kind of poop out the bottom. And it's, I think, was it size 4s for the pilot and size 3s for the gunner?
Size 4 for the pilot, size 3 for the gunner.
Yeah.
And the gunner's got a nice range of motion here, full 360. I wish it was a solid glass dome so we could shoot straight up, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a good bird. If you're doing 2-man missions, damn good bird.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the Scorpius is, well, at least for us, has become better. But otherwise, yeah, it's not a bad bird. I can't remember. Did it get a shield upgrade?
I don't think so. I think it's size 1s, 2 size 1s.
No, I thought it got
Cool,
up to. I
purple.
thought it has a size 2 shield now.
Well, if it does, that'd make it better.
Yeah. It did have a shield problem. I thought it got an upgrade. I'm not certain though.
I do know it's $210.
It is pricey.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, the Scorpius is cheaper.
But if you want, you could get it in game. So there's.
Oh
that.
Yeah, and it's not a ship that you're going to be disappointed with. If you're doing two-man space
Ship to
combat,
ship bounties, yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be disappointed with it, with the exception of the fact that it has no cargo. I mean, if you're looting anything, you're not bringing it back with you. Some of our favorites.
Yep.
So the Hornets are kind of Anvil's bread and butter for single player fighters. Bunch of different variants. They do have one variant that's dual. I think the Super is dual.
Yeah.
And then our favorite, the Ghost, is floating around here somewhere.
Alright, so let's start off with this one, the Wildfire, which is basically a $65 charge for a skin.
Yep.
So the Wildfire is $175. The original Ghost is the original Horde is $110. While you do get a different loadout and you have that ball turret already on there, you could get that ball turret from Grim Hex for like $4K in game.
Yeah.
So unless you are absolutely in love with the red stripes, I would grab a normal Hornet. It's the same bird.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much all of these Hornets can be configured to be the same.
Yes, except the Super.
Yeah, you're just getting loadouts is all you're really getting.
And loadouts can be changed in game, so there's really no point to them. Then you have the tracker here. Again, this is $140. If you love that skin, grab that skin. But I think this has a better scanner, or it's going to have a better scanner, but that's not implemented yet. Don't buy for what's gonna be, buy for what's now.
Yep.
Is this the original right here?
I believe this is the original. Yeah, F7C base.
F7C,
this is the base model.
Yep. At $110, this is the Hornet. There was a time when I only owned 2 birds. It was a Lancer and a Hornet. I want the F7A, the military version, but right now our Ghost will do.
Yep. The F7CM is the closest you get to the military or the F7A in a civilian model. It has the nose gimbal kind of turrets here. Like I said, you can add those from any other ship or any of the other Hornet models. Basically, like Dublin said, when you're buying these, you're buying loadouts.
Yep.
That's all you're really doing. Now, this is one of the ones that I want, the F7A, which is the actual military variant from Squadron 42. Can't get this in game yet.
Can't get this in store yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't buy this one. We know it's there. There's rumor mill. Yeah, there's rumor mill that we'll be able to get it after playing Squadron 42 along with the F8, but that's strictly rumor mill right now. And our go-to Hornet is the F7 Ghost, which is supposed to be a little more stealthy. It has a little more armor when armor's put into game. Which I'm not holding my breath happens anytime soon.
Yeah, the Ghost is $125, so it's only putting $15 more, and it does have a suppressed IR. it helps you be stealthy. Basically, it's what it is. It used to work a lot better when stealth was implemented. I think it's been taken out as of late, but
Yeah.
It'll come back. But we're not holding our breath for that.
Nope.
Again, buy things for what they are now, not what they can be. But yeah, that is the Hornet series. It needs a rework really badly. It needs a gold standard pass. The interior, hold on, let me show you. Interior is kind of low res. This was the original dogfighter that was in the game. Boop, boop.
Wait a minute.
Hey, see how the MFDs stand still?
They have storage now.
Do they?
They access it from the ladder. It's an option on the menu.
Yeah, I know this cockpit well. But yeah, needs a rework.
Yep.
At least a little touch up. So it has
I
storage now?
like the cockpit of the F-7A.
Open storage. Holy shit, it does have storage now. Hell yeah. Alright, well, that makes it viable for bunkers.
Yeah.
Open ladder. Enter pilot seat. I want this bird.
Yep.
Oh, she feels comfy. Yeah, see the MF. Yes, this is lovely. Holy shit, this is lovely. This is fat man friendly, is what this is. Look at all that room. Woo! Get me one of these, please, and thank you. If you play Squadron, I hope I can upgrade to this, because I'm not a big Gladius fan.
Yeah.
Alright, man. What's next?
Alright, so the latest edition. Yeah, we'll start there, because ground vehicle sucks. The F8 Lightning. We just got the F8 Charlie in-game. Which is the civilian model of the F8 that we'll get in Squadron 42.
I got a golden ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dublin has a nice little golden ticket video on that. The only way to get the F8 Lightning is to have gotten a golden ticket during the event, and then it allowed you to buy the F8. It's a nice ship. For non-extreme PvP players, this is your kind of meta ship. I mean, granted, the Arrow can still run circles around it, but it's got an insane amount of firepower and really nice. Was it 2x2 shields, I think, or 3x1, something like that? It's got an insane amount of shields, an insane amount of firepower, and a lot of missiles. Because in essence, it's the next generation military fighter. It is a nice ship. We like it. It's almost enough to kind of kick the ghost out of our favorite list.
But she is $300.
She is pricey.
That's a lot of money for a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
It's the same problem I have with the oh god damn it! What the hell's the bomber bird?
Gladiator.
No. The
oh,
stealth
the Eclipse.
Bomber. Eclipse, yeah. $300 one-trick pony. That's beautiful bird, but if you're gonna do just nothing but combats, then yeah, sure, invest. This is a damn good ship for doing that.
Yeah, you'll get extreme PvP players or extreme pilots like Avenger 1 saying, no, it's not all that great. The problem is they're on a tier of player that
you're not.
We're not.
Basically.
Yeah, it's like, sure, yeah, you see players like Avenger 1 who win dogfights in a Prospector.
Right.
But we're not them. This ship is really good for us, and that's just the way it is. Sorry, everyone, but sometimes your opinion doesn't matter. We'll move on over here to the Spartan, which, like we've said in the past, it's a ground vehicle, so there's not really a gameplay for it. It's a troop mover, is its intended role. There's a bunch of jump seats in it. It's got a small little turret to kind of defend itself. There's a neat little video of Jack's video on it. It touts it up far more than it ever deserves because, well, it's a Jack's video. So we can't find a good use for ground vehicles right now.
It's an $80 taxi. That's what it is.
Yeah, and based on its shielding and lack of armor in game right now, it's a real expensive $80 taxi that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a use.
Buy in game if you want it. Hard pass for us.
Yeah. I know some orgs use it for their big, large org events, but that's a dedicated thing where you're actually doing something on the ground. It might have a slight use at Jump Town, but we can't even see that. There are better ways to do it.
Yeah, you'd get blown up driving in.
Yeah. And then Anvil's bigger troop kind of carrier.
Yeah. The Hornet's bigger sister. This is our Bertha, the Valkyrie.
Yeah, the Valkyrie.
So this is what the Cuddy Steel was trying to be.
Yeah.
This is a dedicated troop dropship. You could but this one could carry vehicles as well as people.
Yep. Has a decent amount of kind of size 1 guns here on the drop drawers. I mean, it's another one. I think it has a couple turrets around it. It's another one of those ships that is designed around a gameplay that doesn't really exist yet. So this one we could see being more used during Jump Town, just because an org can kind of bring their whole squad in. But there are probably other ships that are better suited. Because if I remember right, the shielding's just not quite where you want it to be.
It's got 2 size 2 shields. I think she needs size 3.
Yeah.
Especially for the price, she's $375. That's a lot of bread for this bird.
Yep.
But I really like it. I'm a fan of Anvil. I love the layout. I love the military style. It's got a good amount of turrets. Yeah, it is a better option than the Steel.
Yeah,
for sure.
Far better option.
Though it is a more expensive option, but
yeah,
if that's what you're gonna do, if you're gonna do drop missions, you're gonna do Jump Town and stuff like that, this could be a winner for you.
Yeah. Alright, so coming downstairs we have the Ballista, which is kind of the original of what the Spartan was built on. It is a ground-based kind of anti-air platform. It's got a lot of nice kind of missiles on it that your co-pilot fires from a terminal in the back. Got a couple decent weapon racks inside. I think it has a pin size 0 shield on it. Like we keep saying time and time again, it's a ground vehicle. There's not, outside of specific instances, there's not a lot of use for it right now.
Yeah, especially at $140.
Especially at $140. But what she does decently. I mean, the assortment of missiles she carries is nice. The radar signature on it is actually fairly small, so if you have incoming air, they're not going to be able to detect it before you can get a lock on and launch a missile. The lock on range is farther out than the detection range of the Ballista, so it does have that in its favor. But again, it's a vehicle looking for a gameplay loop.
endlessly.
Yeah.
Basically, these ground vehicles only have a play when an org or some people make play for them.
Yep.
You're going to do... A lot of orgs will do, like, org combat, or you do the Daymar rally for the other, like, little driving vehicles. But yeah,
Yep.
you have to create your own fun here.
Yeah. And then we have the Centurion, which is the basically gun version of the Ballista. It's an anti-air system. It's there to be... They kind of designed it to be a support vehicle for the Ballista. So you have this around to kind of shoot down anything that the Ballista missed or didn't get to in time. I believe these are size 3 laser repeaters by default on it. It's the Ballista with laser repeaters instead of missiles.
Yeah, it's $110, $30 cheaper if you want pews instead of booms. But yeah,
Yep.
it's the same deal, man. If it's a ground vehicle, I say hard pass until we have a reason for it.
Yep.
Or until you have a reason for it.
Yeah. Like I said, I do know there are some orgs that do get together and do large events that ground vehicles have a use. But then again, it's that thing of players making a gameplay loop.
All right, now we have... Which one is this?
This is the Crucible. This is the repair mobile repair or heavy repair. So, if and when this is implemented, if your vehicle sustains repairs, you could potentially land on it, and it'll repair. I mean, it's, I think everything up to, what'd they say? I can't remember. I think everything up to heavy fighters, I think, can land on it.
That's $350 of a concept sale. If that's your deal, cool. If not, hard pass.
Yeah, I don't even think the loaners that you get for it are worth $350. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it's a pass. But maybe in the future when it comes into play, and maybe if it comes in around Pyro time, it might be worth it. But yeah, for now, it's a pass.
This is the Liberator. This is the transport ship.
Yep.
Yep, focus transport. It's basically a small little aircraft carrier, if you will. Well, I don't know about small and little. It's
not necessarily
$575.
Well, also, it will hold, I think they said like 6 or 8 medium and heavy fighters. The concept behind this is that Pyro is big. Your fighters don't have the fuel tanks to get around or necessarily possibly make some of the big jumps. So you would have something like this Liberator here that you land on. This has the fuel tanks and the jump drive to get to where you need to go. And then you deploy your fighters from there. Or more shuffling up from one place to another if you don't have access to something larger like a Kraken or an Idris. A Javelin. Which also aren't in game yet, so.
And last but not least, I believe we have the dedicated boarding vessel, the Legionnaire.
Yeah. This, I can see being a
Pirate
PvP
ship.
FPS
Yeah.
kind of dreamboat. Because it allows kind of forced boarding. It has a docking collar up front. I think it's up front.
Or at
It's
the
on
bottom.
the back. Yeah, it's somewhere. It has a dedicated docking collar that has a kind of a force open mechanism, so you can kind of latch onto any vehicle with a docking collar, force the door open, and board and take over. Assuming you can repel the forces that are on board. It's definitely a ship without a in-game gameplay loop other than piracy and trolls being trolls, which we all know they love to be. I can say I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. If it's not stealth and one of these is coming up to my ship. I am
blowing
shooting
it
first and
away.
asking questions later.
It's 100 and I think 20. Yeah, it's $120. It's gonna be a small bird, so it shouldn't be that heavily armored. So if you see it coming, just take it out.
Yeah. Because I don't think this ship will ever have a positive purpose.
No.
Other than maybe taking out pirates, but at that point, the same reasoning still stands. You see it, you destroy it.
And I think that's it for Anvil Day, man.
That is it for Anvil Day.
All right, family. Well, that's it for Anvil. Root, thank you for showing us around, man. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
You got anything else to say?
Buy Anvil. I mean, that's the way to go.
Buy Anvil. You see that, Will? You buy Anvil, you little son of a bitch. All right. All right, family. Well, if the Valkyries don't take us tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. You guys drink one for us, we'll drink one for you. Take it easy, family, and happy Thanksgiving.